Hey everyone, it's Tracy Martirani here from Holistic Wellness with Tracy. Welcome back to my channel. This is another installment of my From Scratch video series. The idea behind this series is, I make a lot of meals from scratch, but here I wanted to make ingredients. So things that most people would likely buy at the grocery store. Now, I'm not saying that you need to make all of these, and I don't make all of these all of the time, but sometimes it's fun to experiment and try something new. Making stuff where you get to control the ingredients so you get exactly what you're looking for. Today, I'm giving peanut butter a try. In all honesty, I have never made homemade peanut butter before. It sounds pretty darn simple, so let's make it together. I prefer natural peanut butters, but oftentimes when you go to buy natural nut butters, even peanut butter at the grocery store in like the natural section, all of a sudden it is twice as expensive as just like your standard name brand full of additives kind of peanut butter. And often even the best peanut butters still have some questionable oils added, an unknown amount of sugar added. And is it really necessary? I don't think so. And that's not to say that I don't like my peanut butter to have a little sweetness, because I am actually going to add some sweetness, but I'm going to use some honey from a local beekeeper. Now, is this even a recipe? I don't know. All you really need is peanuts. I bought unsalted dry roasted peanuts because they were on sale. I wanted unsalted so I can add as much salt as I want, which will only be a little tiny bit. If you just found regular dry roasted peanuts, you could use those. Do they have to be dry roasted? No. You really just need peanuts. And you don't have to sweeten it at all. I'm choosing to add just a little bit of honey from a local beekeeper, but that's it. That's all we need, a food processor and peanuts. The instructions I found said use 2 to 3 cups of peanuts. It said that you would get about a third of a cup to half a cup of peanut butter per cup of peanuts. So I'm just going to go ahead, since this is my first time and I'm not 100% how well this is going to turn out, I'm going to do 2 cups and we'll see what happens. Before I add anything else, I'm just going to pulse these and get them going. So it's going to be a little loud. I apologize. So they're starting to be chopped up into finer pieces, and I'm just going to turn it on and let it go. The instructions say it's going to take several minutes, like up to 10 minutes, and actually recommend that you stop every now and then, scrape down the sides, let the machine rest for a couple minutes, give it a little break, and then start it back up. So let's see how long it takes. After about 30 seconds, it's starting to like stick to the sides. It's not really getting like creamy and peanut buttery yet. Well, maybe a little bit. So let's take a look at what's happening. It's definitely like fairly coarse. It's feeling a little sticky. Like not, obviously it's not peanut butter, right? It's still crumbs, but it's starting to do something. So let's run it some more. And after about 4 minutes, it looks like we have this funny little peanut butter ball. It's all sticking together. There's still a little bit It feels kind of dry. Oops. At this point, I think I'm going to sprinkle in the salt and add just a little spoonful of the honey. This has some kosher salt. It's just a little, I'm just adding a little sprinkle. It's probably maybe a quarter of a teaspoon, maybe. And then for my honey, I'm just going to take my fork, grab some. So it's probably all in all, teaspoon, 2 teaspoons. I don't really think it's a tablespoon, but a tablespoon would be good. It would be yummy. All right. Let's let it go back to work. All right, it stayed in that tight ball for a little bit, and then all of a sudden it just sort of let loose into this slightly more creamy mixture. All in all, my process time at this point has probably been about 7 minutes. So I'm going to let it go for a few more and just see what that does to the texture. But right now, it's, you know, it's looking peanut butterish. That tastes good too. Oh yeah, that looks like peanut butter. Yes, now it's nice and creamy. So to finish this off, I'm just transferring it to an airtight container. If you wanted crunchy peanut butter, after like that first crumble, the crunch, like just pulsing it to crumble them all up, if I wanted crunchy peanut butter, at that point, I could have just taken out a spoonful of that crunchy stuff, set it aside, and then stirred it back in at this point, and then I would have crunchy peanut butter. And now this will keep at room temperature for several weeks. I could put it in the refrigerator for probably like 3 months, I think, is what most people say. Ooh, I had in my mixer, some of the crumbs got caught up in it, so I just released some. So I do have a little bit of crunch in my peanut butter. And then just use this whenever you would use like store-bought peanut butter. Make yourself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Something to note, a grown-up version of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, just making them on toast makes them so delicious. Highly recommend peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on toast. Extra credit if it's homemade bread. But this looks delicious. The texture is great, and I can't wait to eat it. Yeah, the only thing weird about it right now is it's warm. My machine was putting off quite a bit of heat because I ran it. It was probably a good 8 to 9 minutes to get this texture. And you can do this with other types of nuts, right? I'm just using peanuts because, well, for one, peanuts are cheap, and I figured since this was the first time I'm making it, I didn't want to go for something expensive. But you could make cashew butter, you could make almond butter. If I was going to do almonds, I would probably make sure to get rid of the skins first because I'm not sure what that would do to the texture. But I'm pretty sure cashew butter is going to be on my menu soon, and maybe even like sunflower seed butter. I bet that would be good. Thank you so much for joining me while I made homemade peanut butter from scratch. I hope you will give this a try, as well as some of my other recipes. So if you are not subscribed, please sure to hit the subscribe button below. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day.